What's up YouTube? Welcome to PhD in Waves. In today's video, I'm going to go over the biggest wave mistakes that you might be making that is causing your hair to dry out, forks, or other problems in your wave pattern. I'm going to make this a super quick video just so you know what to avoid when you're going throughout your 360 wave journey. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the first and one of the biggest mistakes that you might be making in your wave journey is not wearing a durag when you're going to sleep or when you're going to the gym or when you're just doing any activity such as going to the beach or riding your bike or just being outside. It is very important that you wear your durag while you're sleeping because you're moving around, your hair is going to get dried out by your pillow, and your hair is going to get knotted up and tangled. But while you're wearing your durag when you're sleeping, your hair stays laid and protected. Also, while you're at the gym, you might be sweating. Sweat is going to cause your hair to frizz up, and it's going to take a very long time for you to lay your hair back down. So if you want to avoid this, all you have to do is wear a durag while you're outside, while you're at the gym, or while you're sleeping, just so your hair doesn't get dried out. And a durag is gonna protect and save your progress while you're doing these activities. All right, so the next biggest mistake that you might be making as a waver is you're cutting your hair too short. A lot of wavers message me and they send me pictures and they're asking me why they can't see waves. It's because your hair is being cut too short. If you want waves, your hair has to be long enough so you have curls. You have to be at your curl length. So if your hair is too short, obviously you're not going to be able to see waves because you're not at your curl length. So make sure when you're at the barbershop, you're telling your barber not to cut your hair too short, because if you cut your hair too short, you're going to be cutting off your waves, you're going to be cutting off depth, and you're going to be losing progress. So make sure you're not cutting your waves too short so you could preserve your progress and continue your wave journey. All right, so the next biggest mistake that you might be making is you're actually growing your hair too long. You're overwolfing or you're overcurling. Overwolfing is when you're growing your hair too long and you begin to lose progress, you begin to lose depth. Overcurling is when you're having a very hard time laying your curls down, which also causes you to lose progress. So a quick tip that I have for you is when you're growing your hair, as soon as you begin to start losing progress or when you can't see your waves anymore, cut your hair. Or when it gets to a point where it's very hard to lay your hair down, cut your hair. You don't want to grow your hair out and you don't want to overwolf or overcurl to a point where you're losing progress. As soon as you start to see your waves fade away a little bit, or if it's too hard to lay your pattern down, just go get a haircut and start the wolfing process over. You don't have to extend your wolves to months or weeks on end. You can get a haircut and start over. That's better than growing your hair out and losing progress. The next biggest mistake that you might be making as a waver is you're showering without a durag. You want to make sure that you're wearing a durag every time you take a shower. This is going to make sure that your hair is protected and your hair is laid. Because the number one thing that water does to your waves is it causes it to frizz up. You don't want your waves to frizz up. You want your waves to be laid at all times. And if you're taking a shower without a durag and the water is touching your hair, that is going to cause your hair to frizz up, and that is going to cause you to lose progress because it's going to take a very long time to lay your hair back down. The next biggest mistake that you might be making as a waver is you're not doing the wash and style method. The wash and style method is probably one of the best methods that you can do for your waves. I have a bunch of videos on my channel going over the wash and style method on how to do it, so make sure to check those out. But I just want to say you should only be washing your hair with the wash and style method. The reason I say that is because if you're washing your hair regularly, that is going to cause you to lose progress, because after you're done washing your hair, it's extremely hard to lay your hair down. For example, when you scramble wash and you rinse your hair out and your hair is not laid, it is going to take a very long time for you to get your waves back after washing your hair. But the wash and style method allows you to lay your hair down throughout the full washing process, and it causes you to break forks faster, and it helps you improve your wave pattern faster. So you want to make sure you're always doing the wash and style method when you want to wash your hair, because it's going to help you lay down your pattern, especially when you're wolfing. All right, so the next biggest mistake that you might be making as a waver is you're using different brushes for your wave pattern. When you're going throughout your wave journey, you want to make sure that you're using brushes that are all the same size and shape, because each brush brushes your wave pattern differently. For example, if you look at these two brushes, they're extremely different. This is the PhD and Waves curve brush. It's square, and this is just a flat oval wave brush. So if you're switching between these two brushes, it's going to cause you to create forks in your wave pattern, because both of these brushes are brushing your wave pattern different. This is a flat brush, and only the middle section of it is going to touch your wave pattern. Only the middle section is going to be touching your wave pattern. But if I switch to the curve brush, the whole brush is coming in contact with my waves. So if you're switching between brushes, both of these brushes are brushing your wave pattern differently. And let's say you're trying to break a fork and you're switching between these two brushes. That fork isn't used to different kind of brushes. It wants consistency. So you want to make sure that you're using the same shape and size brush for your wave pattern, so you don't confuse your wave pattern. You want to be as consistent as possible throughout your wave journey. So make sure you're purchasing brushes that are the same size and shape, so you don't confuse your waves and you don't create forks in your wave pattern. All right, so the last mistake that I have for you guys today is combing your waves. If you're not combing your waves, that is going to cause you to lose depth. It's going to create forks, and overall your wave pattern isn't going to be as good as it could be. So make sure that you're combing your waves to reach every layer of your wave pattern, and also you're making sure that you're detangling any knots in your waves. Combing is just as important as brushing your waves, and as soon as your hair starts to get long, you want to make sure that you're combing your waves to detangle it and to reach every layer of your wave pattern. Also, combing allows you to distribute products throughout your hair evenly. So you want to make sure that you're combing, and you want to make sure that you're moisturizing all of your hair. I have a video on my channel going over the differences between combing and brushing, if you do want to learn more about what combing does for your wave pattern. So make sure to check that out. Link is in the description. All right, YouTube, so that is the whole video. I wanted this to be a pretty quick video just to tell you guys some of the mistakes that you should be avoiding. If you guys have any other suggestions, make sure to leave them down in the description. Or if you have any questions, I'm always in the comments answering questions. So leave a comment down below. I will get back to you. And with that being said, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe. Also, follow PhD and Waves on all social media platforms at PhD and Waves. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. What's up, wavers? Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to head over to phdandwaves.com to grab your Durags, your brushes, and other wave products. As a special thanks for watching today's video, use discount code PHD10 to get 10% off your order. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.